Now we're going to talk about that special interview. There's the man who brings a smile to everybody's face, the ever-charming and very witty and intelligent Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. He is speaking about a cause that is something I'm very passionate about too, so it was great catching up with him. Here's an excerpt of that interview just for you. We've had several special people who always feature on our show on a regular basis, but some of them are a little extra special. And the one gentleman who I always like speaking to on the show is Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siddharth.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again. To all the viewers who are watching this, I wish you a very, very happy new year and be healthy and prosperous and be happy. Yeah.
We wish you the same as well. The reason that brought you to Delhi is, the association that you've had with Hyundai. There's brand ambassadors and then there's brand ambassadors. I mean, your association is really the longest running. But what you're doing now with the whole focus on safety, we don't need to look very far to know that that is important, that's relevant. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think because we've been working together for 18 years and of course we've done a lot of car models, we've done Santro, Accent and i10 and about 2 years back we were at the factory and there was a discussion that I should become the corporate brand ambassador, and the reason for that is not to advertise or publicize or be the ambassador of the company Hyundai as a whole, but to start moving towards directions where Mr. Koo said we should start moving towards areas which are more relevant. And I think for a car company to come out with road safety and traffic safety tools for children, and with me in it, I think it's a very interesting space, and I think it's time. I was actually quite motivated when I heard everyone speak today that it's an important aspect and so relevant and a good brand fit for everyone in terms of not just the car, but a company which has been doing well in India, I think has decided to be socially relevant, has decided to play its part in trying to, and the part that all three things have to come together: the infrastructure, the cars themselves, and then the educating of the younger generation. And it's right now between 5 and 14, but I think it should be extended a little more to about 21 at least.
But I mean, you spent a fair amount of time in traffic, I'm sure. I mean, in Mumbai,
I spend all my time in a car or a van.
So I mean, you just have to look out of the window to know how crazy it's gotten, and it's been like that for some time now. So yes, we keep hearing about how there should be more awareness, or there should be more done. The fact that you're lending your voice to it, of course, is going to make a big difference because presumably more people will then listen. But it's crazy, right? We have to do something.
Yeah, and I think, if I was to teach you and I traffic rules now, I think it's a little bit late. We are spoiled. And also ours would be like, nobody else does it, so I need to do this too. Everybody's overtaking from the left and, I'm going to park here and whatever. I think if we can create this, about 5-10 years back, I remember, environment studies came into schools, and it wasn't there when I was in school. I mean, we used to hear about it, but it wasn't like something as a subject. And then suddenly my kids would just turn around and you did something wrong, and they're like, what are you doing? And you're like, how are you so aware of it? So it was taught to the kids, and that generation is a little more aware of it. Similarly, if all these traffic safety methodologies taught to children now, they won't be spoiled like us. They'll follow the rules a little better. And I think 20 to 30% of the bad traffic is because of the bad, following of traffic rules also. I mean, I think that itself can get a little curbed if everybody did that.
But that's the thing, right? A lot of people always talk about how the government needs to do something, or car makers need to do something, or somebody else needs to do something. That's the tough part. I mean, getting people to do it themselves.
Well, yeah, it's human nature that I don't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
First, the other day I was telling somebody something. I said, "Yaar, tum aisa mat karo yaar. Thoda theek thak khana wana." Arey, look, how can you tell me? First, you start eating properly. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be the case of what is that, kettle calling?
Yeah, pot black.
Pot black and stuff like that. But I think someone has to take the onus, and I think the good thing is they're starting with children. So you're letting the ones who got spoiled be there. And maybe the kids will teach them a little. Kids have an impact on their parents, and everybody goes on. Wo theek hona chahiye, road nahi acha hai, ye nahi acha hai. I think everybody will. Yeah, like I said, the thing that made most sense to me today was all the three parts coming together. The infrastructure in terms of roads, what can be done, safety measures there, the car guys adding on more safety equipment and stuff in their car, and then kids or youngsters learning. I think three of them have to be done together. It should be like a national movement. And I hope a point I think Mr. Chibber made, that in terms of competition, the other automobile companies will start doing it too, and that'll be nice.
One of the things that I've been very sort of passionate about is safety, and we've been running a lot of campaigns for seat belts. We've also taken up this whole cause of crash testing, and I'm sure you've seen some of that on NDTV as well. So the whole aspect of getting people to just wear seat belts or just do something which is for their own good, but they don't realize it. I want to put you on the spot. In your movies, not just you, but even your co-actors and maybe your producers, could you start getting people to just wear seatbelts on screen? We don't see that very often.
I think it's important. I think it's very, very important that in the film, subtly, if you show this, that it is a normal thing to be done.
As a matter of course.
As a matter of, it should be done. It's like
the
starting
rear,
the car.
in the front.
Yeah, it's like starting the car. One should do it.
Because on TV we don't see it. In films we don't always see it.
No, I think that's an important part. I would make sure that I would do it in my films for sure. And I think people understand that part, that if it's done as a normal course of routine, everybody will start doing it. It should just be a habit thing.
So one last word then about the films that you are doing. You have your hands full, as you said at the start. Tell us a little bit about all of them. I mean, just tell us what to expect. I know that this is the most cliched question anybody can ever ask you.
No, that's it. It's been some time because of my injuries and perhaps even concentrating on creating a production house over the last 10, 12 years. And I was doing one film at a time, trying to keep myself available for that big one. You should always, by rule, our production house decides to have one rider film. Happy New Year was that, Chennai was that before that, Shanti Om before that. So this year is Dilwale, which is the rider film. It's taken us 8 years. It perhaps will be the first time in the world somebody's taken upon this kind of a challenge, which mixes prosthetics with VFX and hopes it looks real. So far so good. Very, very special film. And the film is based in Delhi. The boy is from Delhi. So I play a 24-year-old fan of a movie star called Aryan Khanna. Which also happens to be me. It's not as narcissistic as it sounds. It's a very interesting film.
I'm sure your fans will love it still.
No,
so
but it's a very
real
interesting
fans.
Film. It's an amazing give and take film. Very different, very edgy. And we just did a song in Delhi, in Indaviyar in Red Fort. The third one is Race, which is based on a character in Gujarat who's a bootlegger. And that's also very realistic, and I have to finish that one. And a few more on the cards, but I plan to do a little more than I've done in the past few years. I want to do a couple of films which I would like to do as an actor, smaller time period, so I can do that one big commercial venture, the rider film for the company or myself, and then have a couple 40 days. See, commercial film takes about 140, 150 days, that's half a year. So then the other ones should be 50, 60 days, should be more realistic, real-time set films that I can finish through.
Road trip movie. You haven't done a road trip movie.
Road trip I can't do, yaar. Road trip, I'm too old to go for a road trip.
You know why I'm saying it, of course. I mean, I have a...
Okay, I'll do one. I'll tell Zoya Akhtar and Farhan Akhtar. They write road trip films.
They write good road trip films.
They write road trip films.
Yeah. No, but wish you all the best with these three, and it's great to see you associated with this. I just want you to, once again, sort of reiterate the safety message to our viewers.
Yeah, on this show, I think it's most important, not only for the people who love cars and vehicles and follow Siddharth because of his love and penchant for them. I think it's important drive that we should make sure that our children, not even children, I think adults should follow traffic rules, traffic safety more than even the rules. And even in the smallest of things, like you pointed out, wear your seat belt, give your indicator, don't cross the zebra line. These are things actually we've been learning since nursery. When we went into kindergarten, these are the things, look right, look left, look right. We never do it, we never follow it. And I think it's one of our most important how do you say it, kartavya as citizens, that we live in those cities, all our cities are getting blocked with traffic and everything is going wrong. And just today when you heard today I heard the numbers that most of the accidents are with children 5 to 14, and as a father, as a parent, it's extremely sad to hear that. So for the future of our children, if not for the future of the city, please be careful and follow all traffic rules. And kids, this is to you. If you're watching this show, teach it to your parents like you teach them other things.
That's a very important message. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
And Happy New Year to you as well and your family.
God bless you.